Hello again, AS Freedom friends. Sky Denton here, and today I'm going to introduce to you the bare essentials of what I believe you need to know right now in order to begin moving forward into a less painful life. Together, we are laying the basic foundation, and from there, you'll begin to understand what can lead you to a life of AS freedom. This certainly goes for people with AS, and it also goes much, much further, as you will discover in just a moment. First off, I would like you to recognize that this is an amazing time in history for the people on this planet, especially people with disease. Because as the intelligent species that we are, we've developed the technology to share information instantly from nearly every place on the planet. Just think about this video that you're watching right now. There are people in many different cultures and countries who are now able to access this information. And what this means for you is that you do not need to accept someone else's opinion about your health, especially if it's not something you like, because you can find other people who share a different perspective and have a different story to tell. One reason that I am not crippled with AS anymore is because I connected with people who knew that it is possible to recover from AS symptoms. This optimistic perspective is what I'm beginning to offer you today. Secondly, and this is extremely fun and empowering, we now have access to the whole of published human knowledge. Nearly anything you want to learn, you have access to experts who can teach it to you. I was literally taught, step by step by step, how to create a life of AS freedom without that pain. If you are willing to look for people to help you, you can find them in nearly every field, and you can use their knowledge to your advantage. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to feel alone and unsupported, and you can stand on the shoulders of those who have gone before you. This is what I did, and this is also what I'm offering you today. Now, you may not know this yet, but there are countless stories of people healing from disease. Yes, even ones that they were told and we were told would be progressive and haunt us forever. There are so many of these cases that in fact there are archives and databases with thousands of examples of people healing from all types of diseases. One example is the Spontaneous Remission Project, and it features 3,500 cases of diseases that went away by means that are not understood by many people. But on closer examination, we see that there are very specific patterns that were in place in many of these people's lives that led to this wonderful outcome, myself included. This field is now well studied and well understood, and we can now live healthier days because of this knowledge gained. I believe the occurrences of people healing are accelerating because people like you are learning quickly that you have the capacity to achieve better health. I have certainly seen it with AS, and even the authors of this remission project I spoke about said that the population who has reclaimed their lives from disease could be 10 to 20 times larger than even they expected when they began the project. And they're optimists. Once again, this is good news for you, and together we are continuing to move you in a positive direction. For me, and the other AS coaches that I work with, we began our study of this subject out of absolute necessity because our lives were being ripped apart by ankylosing spondylitis. And from this knowledge and this new understanding of health comes the empowering truth that you may have already heard me say before, and it is this: you do not have to be a victim of AS and many other diseases forever. You see, one of my core beliefs is this: I believe there's nearly no person on earth with AS that cannot achieve an improved condition and life. I know this is a big statement, and I back it up with my experience, my fellow coaches' experience, and what we have seen in the people that we work with. It is important that you know this. There are new scientific discoveries of how our bodies work. And these new discoveries have overturned what science thought was true for the last 150 years. These discoveries have to do with your genes, your cells, and what is driving your immune system to attack your body. When I learned this information, everything changed. And I believe it will for you too, because it directly affects you, your body, and your ability to live in less pain. We are truly entering a new age in our understanding of health, and with it comes a lot of hope for you. I initially learned a lot of what I'm telling you today from my AS coach. We all have teachers, right? And I owe much of my current health to this one and what he taught me. It is priceless to have my life back. And from this experience of working one-on-one with him, I learned one very important thing. This mentorship and this friendship from my coach was paramount for my success into AS freedom. And I believe the same is true for you. And this guidance and this empowering friendship is also something that I'm offering you today. Watching people with AS make amazing changes in their lives excites me every single day. People with AS are on my mind constantly. And this is what fuels me daily to get this message out to you because you need it most. I know a better and less painful life is possible for you, and I can help you get there, just like my coach did for me. Mary Oliver is an American poet, and I strongly encourage you to consider the following quote for yourself because it can motivate you to less painful days. It certainly did for me. She says, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" Now I ask you, what will you do with your wild and precious life? Are you going to choose to accept this life of pain and the belief that you're powerless over AS? Or will you choose to do like I did and like others are doing and seek the guidance and the coaching from experts who know otherwise? You can empower yourself with these new scientific discoveries and cutting-edge coaching, or you can choose to stay where you are, uneducated about the new science, feeling alone without support, and most likely being a lifelong victim of pain and disease. You know a better life is possible for you, and so do we. So welcome, my friend, to your world, the playful, the inspiring, and the redefining world of AS freedom.